Okay.
Started? Tell me when it started. He'll tell me. Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to this very special version of Faces of BVT. And today we're going to discuss how our team's unique strength allow us to shape our company culture. And I'm joined today by a very special guest, our star employee Putri. Some people will know Putri. She's quite active on social media and talking about her own challenges that she's faced as one of the only visually impaired people working in technology in Indonesia, and certainly within our company, the only person. So first of all, I'd like to welcome Putri. Hi, Putri. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. You busy?
No.
No? You should be busy. You should be busy. Okay, so I'm going to first of all give some information on BVT and our company, and then after that, I'm going to ask Putri about her experiences working with us in the last few years, and also the challenges that Putri has faced in technology in Indonesia, and how she she thinks that it can be better and things can be improved, both in the country and also in BVT. So, yeah, first of all, my name is Martin. I'm the founder of BVT and also the CEO, and I'm also the investor in the company. We are a 6-year-old company, and we are in the business of location analytics software. So we started with 4 people in 2018, and now we have 150 people and 2 buildings in BST and around 50 clients. So we've grown quite well, and one of the things which is very central to us is a meritocracy. I'm not a person who believes necessarily in quota, but I believe that everyone should have the opportunity to succeed. So we hope that everybody who works with BVT, those who work hardest and are the most successful. So Putri came to work for us around a year and a half ago, and when I first met Putri, it's kind of an amazing story. How she's managed to work hard and even now achieved, I believe, another degree recently in technology or informatics. You can tell us in a minute. So, it's quite an interesting, story within Indonesia and how she's battled with the challenges she has to achieve things. So Putri, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and how you've struggled or how you've dealt with the challenges in the last few years of your life.
Okay. So, hello everyone. My name is Putri. I'm a test automation engineer at BVT. I'm working at BVT since January 2023, so it's almost 2 years. So I losing my sight during my 3rd year of studying chemical engineering in University of Indonesia, and I couldn't complete my studies there. But then I joined the blind community where I met many people, inspired people, most of them with my engineering background, encouraged me to explore the new opportunity in technology. So taking their advice, I decided to pursue my degree in informatic engineering at Pamulang University. Yeah. So, and then I start my career actually maybe 2 years since 2020. I've never built my own product, And with that product, I follow a hackathon organized by Telkom Indonesia, which I win the first winner for education category. So that's what my story.
Wow, it's kind of amazing. And actually, there is many people, in the situation of Putri, but she's really managed to lift herself up and not allow the problem she had get in the way of her career. Putri and myself both went last year to a number of events from, I think it's what is the organization for the visually impaired? We went to Yogyakarta and we went to Manila, yeah? What was the organization?
The organization is ICEVI,
That's it, yeah.
International Council of Children and People with Visual Impairment.
Yeah. So this is an organization that brings people from all over, right? Also from Cambodia, from Thailand, from many countries, and all of them, have the same impairment, but all of them trying to get on in life and try to achieve things. So when you decided to continue your career, what were your biggest challenges, I guess? Obviously, it's a huge challenge, and I think most people could never imagine, what you've had to face. But what did you find in Indonesia was your biggest challenge?
So in Indonesia, we still have many negative stigma about people with disability. So it's very challenges for us to enter the job market. Yeah, mostly, and in technology, it's very, no one still believe in us. So I think I'm the first woman with visual environment to work in tech industry. And yeah, for now there are 5 people that work at technology. So it's still we still have to increase the trust to individual with disability in Indonesia.
Right, right. Yeah, I understand. I mean, I think Indonesia still has time to go before they fully accept the capabilities of people, So you were the very first, I believe, in technology, and now maybe you give the other people the belief. So you say now there is 5 people.
Yes, so now there is 5 people, but most of us in the private sector. I think the public sector, and if we choose to work in public sector, the available job is that kind of iterative job, administration job. So the technology field is, we're still struggling in this field.
Well, I think it's better to work for the private sector anyway. It's, I think, more beneficial. Things get done much quicker. So yeah, I mean, in BVT, just about us, we want to have an open, inclusive business, but also we need help from outsiders to where we need people to apply for jobs here, right? Because we don't always have the time to find the people. So we also, open up to these organizations like the Blind Society you mentioned to come to BVT and also talk about their highly skilled workforce. But we would encourage that people with disabilities would apply to our company, because what we want to do is we want to have a meritocracy. So the best people are in the best jobs, and we don't want to, have any. I'm from the UK, where I think the outlook is very different. For many years, that it's normal to have people with disabilities in jobs. There's often people we call savant, people who have some issue maybe, but they are highly skilled at certain things. And this is something that we embrace in the UK, where I'm from. But I do realize that in some countries there is still not really fully embracing yet. So as an Indonesian company who is, I still want to introduce some of the things that I learned from overseas, which I think is positive, which is meritocracy and embracing the people with from different backgrounds. Because I think if we look at it, give everybody opportunity, it will help our company and it will help society better. So far from BVT, how do you find working here? What's your feeling? Is it good? Is it bad? Do you have problems? How do you feel about working here? And do not worry, you can say anything. It's you can be very open. It's no problem.
I feel so grateful to be part of BVTers because in BVT I always feel supported, and everyone accepted me, and then also celebrate the diversity that I bring to the company. So I hope what have been done by BVT can inspire other company to open up more opportunity to us, to people with disability in Indonesia.
Yeah, I mean that's the challenge, right? I mean, the challenge is we are one company with one foreign boss, right? Who understands more, I guess, about this. But how do we get the message across to the wider community that the skill is there, right? The skill is there. Why will people not tap into the skill? And I think sometimes when people have disability, they will work harder to prove their ability. So how do you think we can improve the overall understanding from the business leaders? How I realize that you are very active on social media. I think I am also very active on social media. I think it helps our business. But how do you think is the best way
Yeah,
to put?
so actually more of most people with disabilities still, they have that kind of fear to apply in the job market. Mostly they will just apply to the job market like through a job platform that was specialized for people with disability. They think if they apply job from there, they will get more, that kind of reasonable accommodation from the very beginning. And they think if they apply not through that job platform, it's hard for them. Maybe the recruitment process will not accessible for them, but actually the job that available still, not many. And individual visual environment is one of the few. So I think the they still not trust, and they don't trust us individual visual environment other than other kind of disabilities. So actually we still have to try any opportunities, not just from the job platform, I think.
I
And
also sorry.
yeah,
Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
so yeah. And I also motivated other individual with disability to, maybe we have to try another opportunity. Like, for example, I do personal branding. Yeah, so I can
Yeah,
get this job.
I think you can be like inspiration for many people because, as you say, people are scared, right? People are scared to make
Yeah.
the effort. And when I went to Manila with you, and I think you kind of stand out because many of the people, they are looking for a job, any job, right? Sometimes they're just looking for a customer service job because they want some kind of job. But in your respect, you are doing a skilled labor. So you are not just looking for any job. You're looking for actually, despite your visual impairment, you want to use the skills you have to do something that you want to do, which I think is kind of also unusual. So I think you can really inspire the other people that, people say it's impossible. Well, it's not impossible because you've done it, right? So it can't be impossible. I mean, obviously, it's not easy. And, most people could never deal with what you've dealt with. But you have managed to make the best of this. And yeah, it's a kind of inspirational story, I believe, for many people in your situation. And I mean, is that why you are heavily involved with these many organizations? Because you are, I remember in Yogyakarta, you were speaker. In Manila, you are speaker. So is this because you are providing the inspiration?
Yeah, so yeah, I try to encourage other visually impaired to, you know, to achieve their dream because they are scared to, mostly they will just apply for any job that open the opportunity for individual with visual impairment or for people with disability. They afraid to have their, kind of dream job. So yeah, they just apply any job. Yeah, mostly customer service, call center, and administration job.
Yeah, I remember that's what you were very unusual because most of the people I talked to, some people in Manila from Cambodia, and they're just looking for any job because again, not easy for them to get the job of their dream. But I think like what you showed people, yes, not easy, but is possible. So in relation to BVT, what do you think we can do more to encourage other people with visual impairment or other disability to apply for jobs? Because as far as we are concerned, if people are good enough at their job and can do their job, we don't care. It's not, for us, it's not, this is not, it's not part of our recruitment process. We don't want to um, treat people differently. We want the people to come to work for us who are good at their job and who are driven. So how can we do more to get more people like you to, and with other disabilities too, to apply to BVT?
So I think it's our so actually BVT has been done for me. BVT has successfully to provide the inclusive environment. So it's about us to more, you know, just try to apply because we still have many things that make me scared, that make us scared. Yeah. So
So
I think
what can we do to encourage people to apply though, or is that not easy? How do we encourage people to get over their fears, or is that quite difficult?
yeah, I think so. It's still difficult. Maybe we have to collaborate with this disability organization or disability community to encourage them, just to apply for their dream job and anything because it's still quite difficult to make us, try to apply not just for the specifically job platform.
Yes. So in your job at BVT, what's the biggest challenges to doing your job? And how do you have software? I mean, I'm not sure because obviously I'm so busy and not involved. So what are the challenges in your job and how do you do the job? You have software that helps you do the job? How does it work?
Yeah, so I use current reader application. With this application, I can operate computer just like any other people. And so the key difference just I use screen reader application, and with that screen reader application, I can use um any application that we usually use to do our work.
Right. So actually when it comes to the job, you don't really have any challenges in the end. You of course, once you get the job, you can do the same as anybody else because you have the software. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Maybe the challenge is because I work at the technology field, sometimes I have to change from one technology to another technology, and I have to make sure first whether the technology can be read by screen reader, because sometimes there are some technology that can be read by the screen reader. But at BVT, I think I have a support. My teams, my colleague always support me whenever I face the challenges. We can find the solution together.
Good, good. So what does the software exactly do? The software is reading and transferring to Braille, or how does it work?
So the software name is NVDA, non-visual desktop access. The software will read whatever the it's just like operating computer without mouse. So we just only use keyboard, and the
Wow.
software will read whatever is it.
Right, right. And that makes you basically then you can do the job like anybody else. So that's it's fine, yeah, no problem.
Right.
Good, good, good. So I guess coming back, the challenge is not doing the job. The challenge is getting people to apply for the jobs and also getting the companies to trust the people, to trust the people with visual impairment. That is the biggest challenge, I guess.
Yes, right.
So what do you think the Indonesian government can do to improve the situation? I mean, I'm not political, but what do you think the
Mhm.
government here can do, and also the government in other countries to make it easier for people with disabilities of any kind to apply for jobs, and also to encourage companies to have more inclusive culture?
So actually, the government has made their policies. So for public sector, they have to provide 2% of their available job for people with disability. And then for private sector, they have to provide 1% of their available job for people with disability. This policy made has, I think, from 2017 maybe, and from that, the number of people with disability who work has been increased, but I think it still have some improvement, like from the recruitment process, because I heard a lot about the recruitment process. So many people said that the recruitment process not accessible enough, especially
Yeah.
for people with visual impairment. Yeah, so I think the process that should be improved.
Yeah, yeah, I think that's still the process here. Like many places don't have the wheelchair ramp, etc. Where in the UK, for example, everywhere, everywhere you go to walking down the road, they have braille on everywhere. They have ramps for wheelchairs everywhere. Basically, it is set up now, so actually, it shouldn't negatively affect your life if you have a lot of these disabilities. So coming back to the recruitment process, it's okay to say, yes, we have all these jobs now, but how do you apply? How do you go to the interview? How do how are you able to actually access that job and get that opportunity? So I think that's the biggest challenge. Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah. So do you think having an inclusive company culture is can increase business performance? How do you think that can actually help a company if they have a inclusive company culture and it can positively impact business performance? What do you think?
So I think inclusive environment can create a strong employer branding, and inclusive environment also can drive employee satisfaction, because when we feel we are valued and supported, we will be more motivated, and it can increase our productivity and can foster the culture of innovation.
Yeah, yeah, I agree. And in relation to you being the only visually impaired person at BVT, how do you feel about that? Or because the staff is helping you, is it okay? No problem.
Yeah, as the only visually impaired, I never feel any kind of discrimination. Like I said before, I always feel that everyone accepted me, supported me. So yeah, for me, BVT successfully create the inclusive environment.
If there's any questions. That's very good indeed. So, is there any advice you would like to give other people in your situation? I know I see you on LinkedIn every day, but what is the advice you would give to somebody like 2 years ago you applied to BVT and you get the job and then you take the opportunity with two hands? What advice would you give other people with visual impairment?
So I always try to encourage other people with disability to pursuing their dream job. Maybe it's hard, but it's still very possible if we can always improving our skill, try to expand our networking and build our personal branding. So I think it's very possible for us to pursue our dream career.
And again, looking at you talk about personal branding, is that what you're doing on LinkedIn? I mean, I see you on LinkedIn every day. So is LinkedIn, is that trying to encourage others? What do you use LinkedIn for? Because I use LinkedIn to promote the company. Um, you and I understand. What do you use LinkedIn for? For personal branding, for trying to show other people what is possible, and not allow these problems to get in the way of your dreams.
Yeah, so I use LinkedIn um to build my personal branding, to make people feel usual with individual with disability. So to make me everywhere, to make people with disability everywhere. So yeah, I think I also try to encourage other people with disability. I think LinkedIn is one of the platform that we can use. Uh, so they can find their dream job and
Do you?
expand their network.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Do you use other social media also, like TikTok, things like this? Oh no,
No, actually, I just use LinkedIn. I
me too.
yeah, on TikTok, I think I just a user, TikTok user, and Instagram. I just scrolling. I never post anything.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I agree with you. I think different. If you're looking for serious and trying to improve from business perspective, LinkedIn is far more useful. For growing your personal branding for business. I think on TikTok and Instagram, it's more about you know trying to, if you're a B2C business, trying to sell food or something, but
Mhm.
but quite different. I think LinkedIn gives you lots of opportunity to tell people your story. So, are you a member of many organizations? I see, obviously, the one we have been involved in. Are you a member of many like different organizations, which also can help helping you and can help other people?
Yes, I'm the member of Indonesia Blind Union. Uh, we call it Putri. But I not actively become the staff or anything. I just a member,
Right.
but I always try to contribute in any of their event to be a speaker, and yeah, that's it.
Yeah, I think it's kind of an inspirational story what you've done, right? And I think the more people can hear about your story, the better it is, and the more people can hear when we talk today. Maybe they see, there is companies out there that will hire people based on their ability, not on any other metrics. This is Indonesia is just strange for me. They can still be putting people's pictures on CV, for example, right? In the UK and US now, cannot put the picture on CV. Cannot ask some of these questions because you have to select the person based on their ability, not their religion, not their disability, not their age. Even in some country, when you get to a certain age, it's hard to get a job anymore. So and in UK and countries like that, this is not allowed. You are not allowed to hire people based on what they look like or what their age is. But I think I still see adverts in Indonesia asking for certain age, certain religion. It's still allowed, right? You're still allowed to hire people in that way. And put the picture on, so see what they look like before they work. This in some way is also discriminatory because why are they asking some of these questions which is not based on the ability of that person. So in like a real meritocracy, which I've worked in before, all these things are not important. Actually, the thing which is important is the person's ability to do their job. But getting that accepted by the wider community takes time. And obviously with Indonesia, it's still quite early stages for these kind of rules and this kind of wider understanding of the gap, the skill gap that can be filled by people with disabilities. And I think we're still very, very early. And even in BVT, we want to hire more people who can add. But we don't want to hire people just because they're disability. We want to hire people because they could do their job. They are just as good as anybody else. Because I believe that's the best way to get a real inclusive business when we are employing people because of their ability as well. Because then everybody feels inclusive. The other people in the office, welcome that kind of thing when everybody, we're not giving any special treatment, but we are saying this person is as good or better than other people, and therefore we want to work with them. So I believe, what needs to be, what both people with disabilities and corporations need to understand is there is a lot of potential there. They are ignoring a whole sector of society and the opportunity this could really help and with their business if they employ some of these people. And therefore they need to make the process of applying much easier. So is there any advice you would give to people like yourself? What's the best piece of advice you would give to others to achieve what you've achieved, Putri?
I think we need to build the network. So we have to not just join the blind community because sometimes we afraid to enter the society because there are so many negative stigma, but we have to face this. And yeah, I always encourage other people with disability to improve their skill so they can get their dream job and try many opportunities to improve their skills.
Understand. And okay, for advice for me, what can I do better as a leader? What can I improve? From my perspective, I want to have inclusive business. I want to encourage anybody to apply for jobs in my company. How can I improve as a person, as a leader?
I think I don't know actually because uh you can be inspiration for other company, for other leader to have inclusive value, to create this kind of inclusive environment in their company. So I think BVT can be inspiration for any other company in Indonesia, how we can create this kind of inclusive environment.
It's very good. I hope so. I mean, this is what we want to do, but yeah, you're right. I don't see other companies really participating. You know, that's the issue, and I think part of it is because I'm not from here, and I think in my country there is far less stigma. No, the stigma is not really there anymore. It's gone. There's multiple examples of people who have special talent, who have disability, and there is, you know, no real stigma attached, I believe, anymore in a lot of Western countries to disabilities. So, you know, this is something that we accept as the norm. We don't accept it as unique, but within Indonesia, obviously, it is unique. To an example that we don't see this happening, you know, wildly. How many other people do you think, you know, we talk about employing people with disability in the workforce, but how many people with disability have your skill set? That's another question. How many these people with visual impaired actually can do what you can do? You know, because that's also important, right? Do these people have the skill set to do what you do? How many people have informatics degree? Is there many or not many?
No, for informatic degree, maybe just around 5 people, maybe.
Yeah, so I think in
But
that's
programming skill become popular because now there are many individual with visual impairment who work in this field. That's why programming course become very popular. Now many visual impaired study programming.
right. So they once they've studied programming, then they have the skill set, right? So
Right.
because obviously, to have a more inclusive economy, the people also need the skill set, right? And that's also the challenge. People need to be confident to take the course and learn, and then confident to apply for the job. You know, the things like this, right? It's not just until the people apply for the job and get the skills, the employer cannot employ. So it's kind of chicken and egg. You've got to. There needs to be a kind of everybody's got to get somewhere. The people need to be confident to do the course, and then they need to be confident to apply, and then the company has to be open and with no stigma. But it's got to match, right? Because as you said, only 5 people with informatics degree. So yeah, so we've actually, I think I've asked most of the things I wanna ask now, and we've got a question. So from the audience, from people watching, and I just want to ask you, Putri, it's quite interesting. Why, from all the technology sectors, did you choose geospatial for your current job? Did you choose geospatial, or just it became opportunity? Why did you choose geospatial?
Actually, I never imagined to work in geospatial company because geospatial is need visualization, and with me visually impaired, I cannot see the visualization. But
All right.
that's what's unique from BVT, right? Because with that situation, you still get you still apply, you still open this opportunity for me.
All right. Yes, I guess it's actually, Putri, it's not so far from me. I never heard of geospatial until I was 41 years of age, or 40 years of age, and then somebody talked to me about investing in geospatial, and then I end up owning geospatial companies. So actually, I wanted to invest in technology, but then I learned about geospatial as I went along, and I thought, oh, this sounds interesting. So yeah, interesting. So you basically you were looking at any opportunity, and this opportunity came along, and yeah, it's good. You've been here 2 years now, so you're finding the job, no problem. Everything is good. Is that correct?
Yes, correct.
So do you have anything else to say? I think I don't really have any more questions for you, but is there anything else you want to add to this conversation today? Because it's been really good to hear from you. And I do think it's an inspiration for many people that what you've done. You know, some people go through life blaming everybody for their problems, and their problems are nothing compared to your problem. But you have decided to forget it, you know, ignore your problems and just carry on, which I think is very, very, very admirable. Because you know, as you see in society, many people blame other people for everything. They're not working hard, and they should look at people like you who maybe had some very big problem but ignored that problem, and then now look at you now doing good and progressing and learning more. And I think now you have a career that you are in control of your career. Actually, I think we have another question. Another question has come in. What do you like most about your current role? What's the best thing you enjoy? Do you enjoy the fact it's geospatial company? And what do you enjoy most about working your current job in BVT?
So what I enjoy most about my job is, before I think at BVT I can achieve my dream job. I really like to code, and not many people, especially individual with this environment, to have this kind of opportunity to pursuing their dream job. So, like we said before, most of us try to apply any kind of job as long as they get the job. But I so grateful that I can pursuing my dream job here.
That's excellent. That's excellent. So thank you, Putri. I think that's everything now. So yeah, thanks so much for joining us today. It's been great to talk to you and hearing more. I haven't really talked to you properly since Manila last year, and that was a good trip. I remember the earthquake. There was an earthquake on the last day.
Right.
To Manila with you last year. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today and telling people your story. And you know, we'll be putting this on YouTube as well to help with you know, to help get this story out to people. Plus, you know, help with your personal branding and help with people understanding that BVT, we are open to people applying. Whatever your disability, as long as you can do the job, you know, we are open to people applying to this company. And we are very happy to have people like Putri working, because sometimes when people have the disability, they work very hard because they see it as a dream. They don't just sit there and take it for granted, because you know they have had a lot of challenges in their life that other people have not had. So I think it's great respect to Putri for ignoring her problems and just battling on and achieving her dream job. So great for you, Putri, and thanks very much. And I think that's it for today. So I will let you go, let you get back to work. Don't say you're not busy. You have to be busy. And I'll speak to you soon. Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, Putri. Thank you.